Sorry about it. I was actually clicking shift down.
Well, that was a nice way to start the show. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and of course the boys are here as usual to be my players. So welcome to the last game we will be playing of 2019. So hopefully everyone will enjoy this session and will write down their notes for when we pick up again in the new year. So, what happened last time? Well, last time, Ceres, what was her full name? I believe it was Ceres Victoria. No, it wasn't.
Mantorus?
No, that's Mantorus's name. Shit, what did I call her? She's Ceres of the Poison Kiss, but I've actually got a proper.
I think that was Victoria. Yeah, I think that was Victoria.
Oh yeah, no, she's just Ceres Mantorus. Okay. So yes, Ceres Victoria, the leader of the Poison Kiss, had a job that she would like our wannabe acolytes anyway, to help her with. This was basically running security and ensuring that someone was there to look after her girls. This event that she was asked to provide the entertainment for is, of course, a sexy time party. Oh yes, the group have been hired to be protection during the sex games of the nobility. She had a meeting with the group and laid out what she wanted from them and what they could bring to the party and what they couldn't. To remind my players, you are members of the Inquisition, not some lonely gang, not some lapdog of some nobility, but, you know, just as a reminder. Of course, she did inform you that members of the upper spire nobility will be there and lesser nobles as well, which is why you were told very specifically what gear you could and could not bring. So, we pick up essentially the next day, after Ceres left, you all hit the data slates and were going through like what gear you would need, what you could use, what allies you could contact, and I imagine the discussions went late on into the evening. Oh, I'm on the wrong map, that's why. That one. Ceres, be gone. You are there, no more. Be gone.
I thought my mic was muted.
No. You all waited long into the evening, working on ideas, plans, and equipment lists. We are on the next day as you wake up, and oh, look and behold, you are all round the table. We'll move Tiffany into the room because she's a bit of a late riser.
I don't want to say what I heard.
Late riser is what you heard.
I dare you.
I can do all the tongue twisters I want. It doesn't save me in the end.
So does she.
Oh yeah, she does.
I was going to say, are we sure it's not Liliana?
I'll
Push
try
the
too,
door,
of
too.
course.
Well, I think she leveled Fellowship.
I've been training my tongue a lot, you know.
Ah, the lewdness. The lewdness.
Oh, fucking hell. Fucking paid Emma to get a drink before I fucking started this.
Brilliant.
So, you're all gathered round the breakfast table. If Mordecai wants, he can cook food, or the servitor can just warm you up some stuff as you discuss what you're going to do today, like what your equipment list is, where you want to go first, who you want to talk to. You have 10 days, technically you have 9 days from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not technically, actually, you have 9 days.
I want some damn fucking intel of these Poison Kiss about the fucking stuff. Otherwise, just give us blind info. It's annoying me.
Problem being they don't technically know much either because
I know. It's aggravating.
I get it. I think it's not Tanya, was it? Is it Tanya, Mandy, Ezra, Urza? I don't remember which one it was. That was now the Urza.
Urza's at the Thirsty Eagle. She's in charge now.
Yeah. She's the current capo of the gang.
Pretty much, yeah.
So she's the one that got the job with the nobles, and she technically doesn't know this noble. Sarah doesn't know this noble, so they're also going in kind of blind.
No, so Urza doesn't know, but the noble in question, but Ceres does know the noble of question. That's how she knew they were Upper Spire.
No, I thought she had no idea who this guy was. She just knew he would be general stuff about the guy being a noble.
Yeah,
I may have misheard this. No, yeah. I mean, she doesn't know in depth about the guy.
How many scrutiny fellowships were rolled? I may have let something slip because, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we didn't actually scrutiny her, did we?
We didn't. Not a lot, actually.
Or you guys are just really unlucky. When you do scrutiny roll, they're telling the truth. And then when another part comes up, when another roll should be made. And again, you guys can literally, you don't have to tell me, I want a scrutiny vet. If you hear something that you're like, what the fuck's this? You can roll it, because I'll see it come up in the chat log. Yeah, scrutiny fellowship, which is the one for telling if someone's lying, you can pretty much just roll and I'll see it come up and be like, okay, right, they want to know if that was true or not.
It's trying to scrutiny the GM.
No, I always tell the truth. I always tell the truth. I never lie.
Whatever is scrutiny.
It's the NPCs that are lying, isn't it?
Oh,
nope.
Hell.
See, I told you I never lie.
The GM. God damn it! I wish I had your fucking role, Liliana. Oh my god, my throat.
I scrutied the GM. He is telling the truth. We can just scrutiny whenever we want.
This is reminding me of my Call of Cthulhu.
You and you alone know the simple truth that I lie constantly, all the time. Especially when it's coming out of an NPC.
Oh boy. Good thing we're gearing up for fucking war.
Well, 2 of us are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking rocking up in Carapace armor. Hey, we're here for the party. This is a bomb defusal mission. Fuck you!
I mean, who knows? We may be being played here, but Leon is willing to give Ceres the benefit of the doubt because she likes Tiffany and Tiffany, trusts her. So, and she did come all the way down here and yada. But anyway, I think, do we all have our shopping list?
Yep, my 2-part shopping list is ready.
We can try, as we get closer to the actual D-Day, we can actually try to gather more intel about the noble and stuff like that, like what's his name, what does he do, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Alright, this is actually a question I should have raised yesterday, but if R2, if the twink and the waitress were going to go in like armored bikinis or something, if they just bought per quality chainmail and picked off the rotten links into like forming it themselves into a bikini, would that work?
No.
Okay.
No.
It would be about as effective as chainmail bikinis, i.e. not at all.
What if they only wear the chainmail and nothing else?
Kinky chainmail. Girl rocks up in full fucking chainmail.
I already have a demon following me around.
You know,
Let's not attract as Slanesh itself.
You had two options. You could go in as servers and or guard. You know, if you're going in as a server, if you want to try and blag your way in with, you know, high latex boots, you know, latex corset and, you know, panties and hose and with a whip and, you know, other implements of pain and pleasure that are actually weapons, you could have tried to bullshit your way, but you gotta, that involves roles. You know, you gotta bullshit the people that know you're a dominatrix here to provide pleasure more than pain.
They're not going in with hoes, they are the hoes.
The problem being is that we don't actually get to choose our clothes as far as over, even though we could have talked to the chicken.
You've got to make the argument for it. You've got to make the argument for it. You can get away with anything if you can make the argument for it and make the rolls. Like, is Ceres going to be annoyed if you rock up in a dominatrix thing, trying to look sexy as all hell, carrying what are blatantly weapons, but you're trying to blag them off as items of pleasure? Yeah, it's probably going to annoy her a bit, but if you can actually blag it, if you can actually succeed your roles, then no harm, no foul. That's where it's up to Nuffle. You know, if you fuck up, then you might just be ejected from the party altogether, and Ceres will have to deal with the aftermath. But that's dependent on your roles. There is security there, you know this, and she's told you there are scanners there. This is all knowledge you have. If you can blag it, blag it. If you want to do something that Tiffany said, that Sarah said don't do, you're Inquisition, baby. Give it a go, you know.
Oh shit! Hold on.
God fucking damn it.
Sorry, I'm typing shit. Sorry. Well, I know that you're Inquisition. The thing is, we're supposed to be deniable assets too. So I do try to never show that I'm Inquisition.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just going on. You don't have to do what Sarah tells you, and you all should be aware of this.
Oh, I am aware of that.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Because the two things that I can also think is, Lilian is by no means a dominatrix. At least not that she's aware of.
It was just an idea. No.
Oh, I know. So that's another thought that crosses her mind. And again, she's willing to trust Ceres because she wants to actually form a bond with the gang again, so that we can use them later on down the line.
Sure.
Because so far they don't seem to be evil at all, so she's willing to give the benefit of the doubt.
That's fair enough. So,
which is strange for her.
You go over your shopping lists, and it seems like it's a lot of weapons and ammo and other items of war.
Don't forget, I'm preparing for the future too, so I don't really give a fuck.
True.
You know, honestly, there are only 3 weapons that I want to bring with me. One of those can be very easily hidden.
Oh yeah, I actually added to the list I made last night, by the way, so I'll actually re-update that.
So, can I get, for everyone who's trying to get a gun, can I get a, let's say, actually we'll go with influence, but you can all have a plus 40.
Hey, sweet.
Yeah, you can all have a plus 40. So this is essentially them getting you special order weapons that you might not otherwise have been able to get. Hunting rifles on a hive world, for example, not, amazingly, not a massive abundance of them. But And then there's also getting them onto the world, getting them here, there, and everywhere. Because you're with the Poison Kiss, they're giving you the bonus.
I mean, I think I got like 4 degrees. No, more than that. Fuck.
5 degrees.
5 degrees. Fucking
So-
Ezio with the 6, 7.
Oh, hey, shit. I did actually see that Ezio had rolled. Fucking hell, look at that. 7 degrees. So you can both get...
Jim is AFK at the moment. Sorry.
Yep. You can all get the items and ammo that you wanted. Because you both did so well. Because I was... if you had just passed, you'd have got all the items, but not assembled. Because you both did quite well, they will actually get the weapons assembled. So all your scopes will be on, all your silencers and magazines will be equipped and attached.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
Are they going to charge you for this? Let's give them a 1d100 and see.
That many degrees of success between us. Come on.
Well, they did get a 70, so they failed. So sure.
Yes.
You can get that.
Did we come up with a price for the extended magazine? I have it down as 20 because it's double the Duplas, but if you want more than that...
No, I don't see why it can't be that price. You are dealing with people who are actively want to help you. Like, so Mr. Black, obviously running a business and wants to have markup on everything. The Poison Kiss boneless trader or Jealous Grave member, she's getting paid by Ceres directly to sell to her gang at cost. So she gets like 10,000 gelt to do trade with the Poison Kiss, something along those lines. So all your weapons and everything are bought. If you were just getting jewelry or any melee weapons like the garrote and Kosh, you don't need to roll for that. You can just... She can get you them. They're pretty simple to get in. I don't think the enforcers would care.
Okey-dokey.
Okay.
Alright, let's... Shit. Alright. 3, 4, 3, 6, 7.
Admittedly, I am judging most of the equipment off of Casper's data slate. So if you have anything different, you will need to put that in Discord or in the chat, and how much you're spending.
I doubt I would have found any Magister Carapace.
Any what, sorry? Any carapace?
Yeah, any Magister Carapace.
No.
Not for the mission necessarily, but just in general.
No, carapace is too advanced armor for the bonus traders to, well, for the Jealous Grave to get a hold on, because that's very specifically earmarked for particular Adeptus.
Right, I'm just gonna stick this in the loop.
And for your locket, essentially the way I run jewelry is it's however nice you want to spend money on it. There's no best quality or nothing like that. If you want to spend 1,000 gelt on it, then cool, you get a gold chain with a gold pendant or a silver pendant. If you want to spend 20,000 on it, sure, it can be, master crafted with jewel encrusted, and it can, when people see it, they're like, holy fucking shit, you got a Fabergé egg hanging around your neck. Cool. But it's all dependent on how much you spend and what society you're in. 1,000 gelt in the upper spire, oh, it's a very nice trinket. 1,000 gelt necklace, in the underhives, stab them and take it.
Okay. Did we say a stiletto would be allowed, or
Yeah, stiletto's just a pointy stick. Well, a pointy metal stick. Yeah, they can make that in the hive. It's completely accessible. It's just from the Jealous Grave, whatever her name was. You're just getting nice ones that may have come from an actual Forge world where they make things a little bit nicer, a little bit straighter, a little bit more stabbier.
Okay.
I'm not going to bring it up. Oh, shit. Jim has said he'll be right back in like 5 minutes. Someone's come up. Someone must have come up.
Sure. His cat's probably been sick again.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, there you go. Perfect time.
It was actually a phone call that I had to take.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about it. What did I miss? Sorry.
Not that much. Any melee weapons you can basically get that can be made in the hive, like your stilettos, garottes, koshes. That's all fine. Just take the thrones or gelt.
Okay. Can I get them at best quality?
Yeah, it's a sharp, pointy stick. You can get it at best quality. It's a small metal sharp pointy
Would
stick.
I've been able to get an advanced medikit or a normal medikit?
Yeah, you can get a good quality or best quality medikit. Medikits have charges in them. So it's 5 charges for a normal medikit, and it goes up in multiples of 5. So you get 15 charges with best quality.
Just so I know.
I would like an advanced one if that's possible. Or is
that's
that too
best.
much?
No, that's best quality. Yeah, that's best quality medikit, an advanced one. So if it, mark on it, medikit 15 out of 15, so you know how many you've used. Remove the thrones, and she can get that for you.
Just so I know.
So 300, or is that too little?
Well, no, it's best quality. So I don't know. I don't have the prices for medikit.
A
here.
normal medikit is 100 and advanced is 300.
No.
No.
You mean from the book? No. So I've changed them so that they have charges. So you don't just buy one at the start of the game and it lasts forever. So you can get a normal medikit, a good medikit, or a best quality medikit, and they have different levels of charges.
Alright, so best quality is times how much?
10.
Right.
And I do understand you can just buy 3 normal medikits, but it's the weight that adds up, so you're carrying more. As I know Darius, I know Darius understands this when he puts on his carapace and he's like, hang on, I need to drop off a few guns.
You say that, but now I have actual carrying cases. I have 10 carrying cases for all my weapons and stuff.
This is true.
Most of them are going to be stashed in the room, but...
Just so I know, because there are 2 kind of specialty items from my grocery list. Can I also get those?
You'd need to tell me what they are.
The Devil's Kiss and the Spindlethorn Seablade.
Devil's Kiss you can just get because the Hivers had it. It's a hive weapon.
Best quality?
Best quality...
I don't technically need it. It's just that I'm assuming that if I get these at best quality, I can hide them a lot easier. I can make them,
Well, no, best quality does nothing for hideability. If you want to make it, harder to hide, if you want to make it easier to hide, it has to either be a weapon that in its write down, in its description, it says this is a concealable weapon, easy to hide, or you have to say something like, I want to make it compact, or I want to give it a modification that makes it harder to locate.
Fair. The Spindlethorn says nothing about best quality, so I think I'd have to talk about it.
The Spindlethorn you'll have to do a roll for, and you can't get it on world. That's the like. You have people that you can talk to about it, but that's not something they would have on world. It's a plant.
I don't know. The original ones were made out of plants. The other ones were. Yeah, they don't have to be.
No, but they are. They're a plant-based weapon, so they wouldn't be detected by metal detectors. They have to be grown. So unless this hive specializes in growing these weapons or these plants to then turn into weapons, it's not going to happen. So you have to deal with someone who deals with off-world trade. And you do know a couple of people who deal in off-world trade.
True. It's just that in the description does say that there are people that actually make them with modern materials other than the plant one. But I guess I can give a call upstairs.
Yeah, because it says that there are people. That's not good enough to say that every hive world can make and sell these items. So it would be a specialty item from, another planet. Otherwise, you're just making a whip with barbs on it and poison.
That's fair. It's just this is technically just a dagger with a hole in it. But that's okay. I'll give a call upstairs. As for the other ones, I do want to make them easier to hide. I don't know if compact would be the best. It's like to say basically that I want like the garrote. I want to make it so it looks like a choker, so it's easy to.
So what's this for the garrote?
For instance, the garrote, I would like to make it.
So for the garrote, all you need to do is buy a choker with a concealable, because it's the choker that's hiding the garrote. It's not the garrote that's hiding the choker. So that's just the choker. So you would need to. Now this is the issue that I'm having. Concealable holsters do not exist in first edition. But I think the reason they've done that is because otherwise players are going to have concealable holsters all over them. So what I'm prepared to do is I will allow every character to have one concealable holster. You can have one pistol on you that you can have concealed. If you start trying to have multiple weapons on you, well, now you've got bulges all over yourself. And that for every one that you add, you'll knock a 10 off of your concealability. So you can have more, but you lose the benefit. And you're only going to get one type. There's no best qualities getting it more advanced. And it's going to be 100 thrones each. So you can buy a concealable holster. It gives the person a -20 to their search roll of you.
Okay.
Oh, I can get rid of that now.
I think I'm gonna try to get. Can I get a custom-made Devil's Kiss then?
Yes, you can. You have 10 days to get it done. So when you send your list off, essentially, it'll take a little bit longer, but it'll arrive within the 10 days, and you can get a fancy Devil's Kiss made.
Okay, just to confirm. I can only hide one of these weapons, right?
One pistol, one concealed holster.
Because
the Devil's Kiss is a knife.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to hide a knife than it is a gun.
Yeah, because I want it custom made so I can hide it better with my gloves. Oh, my lingerie in this case. So I'm getting the Devil's Kiss and the garrote. And it's a +100 for the garrote because of the...
No. If you want...
choker.
If you want to buy a choker that's got a concealable compartment in it, essentially, then I'm probably going to say it's 50 thrones to get it handmade with nice materials.
Okay.
And for
right
that...
Now,
you essentially get a choker that has, think of like a normal stub round bullet, like the thickness of it, the width. So normal 9mm, I think, is a stub. You have that much space
45.
going. What one is it?
Okay.
45.
Oh, so okay, it's a 45 round going all the way round. So you have a little cavity in your choker that's completely concealed.
Okay. So, okay, then I'm only gonna buy for now 3 things, which would be the choker, the garrote, and the devil's kiss. Actually, I'll get the punch dagger too, just for a rainy day, and the shock gloves and the spindle thorn. I'll check for the spindle thorn if I can take the spindle thorn.
The shock gloves you're going to have to give me a roll for, because that's not a common item that they're just going to be able to get a hold of.
Then never mind. I'll leave this for another day.
Oh, and again, sorry, you weren't here for it. You are getting a plus 40 to your influence rolls with the poison kiss, because they do want to help you out, but at the same time, there are some things that you guys are asking for that you're going to have to, give them a little nudge and a, come on.
No, it is fair. Okay, I'm gonna do
the whip they won't have on planet, but the shock gloves you can roll for the poison kisses contact. Like, that's something she could probably get a hold of, because a lot of people like to capture motherfuckers.
I mean, the spindle thorn isn't a whip. Doesn't say it is though. At least I think so. It's basically just a dagger with a hollow base. I will do the roll then for the spindle thorn to see if they have it. Plus 40, you said?
Which book is the spindle thorn?
Spindle thorn is from the Radical's Handbook, page 153.
The Heretical Handbook. I have to choose one that I didn't have open.
Not radical, not heretical.
Heretical?
No, radical.
Oh, radical.
Like,
oh, right, yeah, okay.
Radical, man.
I've got this one. And what page was it?
153 on the PDF.
So you can roll for the shock gloves with a plus 40.
I'm going to roll for the shock gloves. I'm not going to be using this anytime soon, but I got the shock gloves.
I'm sorry, is this the thing that's under dark tech, gear, and tools?
No.
It should be under weapons. Melee weapons.
It should be no weapons. Like the shock gloves, it specifically says
no, the spindle.
The spindle thorn, it's right above shock gloves.
I think you guys went to the wrong page then.
On the actual book, it's page 152. On the PDF, it's 153.
Yeah, I think I must have put in the typed in the wrong number then. So yeah, the contact can definitely get you the shock gloves, and that will be with you before the mission starts.
There's 2 questions.
Sure.
Would an armor body glove with hood be possible to acquire?
I believe a lot of your party already have them, but yeah.
Yes, those are hardened, not armored.
Same thing.
Only
White.
Yeah.
Only 1k more expensive, and with a hood at 2k 300. It does have 5
So
AP
what book
overall.
is this from?
The handbook. The Macarian handbook.
Oh, Macarian. Shit, I don't know.
Oh, the Macarian handbook. Okay, so some of the things in there are going to be different prices to the actual the core books that we've been using, because this is just a homebrew where someone's put all the items from the game into one book.
Oh, it's not a copy paste. I thought it was a copy paste.
Well, no, it's just that sometimes the books have different prices for different things, so it does get complicated. But I think the armored body glove, I would have. Sorry, I need to look it up because I don't know what the difference is, and I need to check.
All right.
So yeah, sorry. So next time we have a shopping list, try and get the shopping list done out of playtime.
Yeah, I had it ready. I just forgot to ask. It's been quite hectic.
No, it's very boring to watch. That's all. Go through a shopping list. Any items that you had written down, by all means, you can get them. But yeah, if we're going to start diving into books, then no, you've got to wait until the end of the session and see if you can sort it out then.
Right. I'll write it down as to be decided.
So try and, only stuff that you need for this mission as well, because if you're buying stuff for later on, then it's got nothing to do with this mission.
The thing is, the way Solicitous body gloves don't stand out, so I thought it would be useful for this one instead of my flat coat. That's why I specifically asked now, but we can wait.
Okay, cool.
The girl doesn't say anything about best quality being better than anything, so I guess I can just buy it at regular quality, right? So this is going to be hidden on the choker.
Yes, yeah, for the garrote, yeah.
So I'm buying the garrote at normal quality, the choker, the shock glove at best quality. Devil's Kiss has already also been bought. Spindlethorn, I'm gonna let you read up on it.
What rarity does the shock gloves go up to? Because you were only allowed up to rare, and raising the quality.
Don't know. Shock gauntlets are scarce, so they go up twice.
So they go up to rare, I think. So you should be okay.
Yeah. What up, I did think somewhere.
Oh, god damn it. Where's the rarity table on this one? Oh, here we go. One step is rare, above scarce.
Oh, shit.
Yes, you can't, so they can't get them then.
Then never mind. Then I'm eliminating that one.
Sorry, I think that was my fuck up.
It's okay.
Realize.
So shock gauntlets I don't have. It's less money for me to spend. So garrote, punch dagger, and Devil's Kiss. I'm just rechecking the prices because of the availability.
No, we attempted to negate the whole shopping bit, but sorry.
I apologize to you.
Some of us had our lists ready beforehand.
Yeah.
I had my list. Ready. It's just that there are a few things I didn't know about. So,
Oh yeah. This real quick. Half an action's a free action, right?
No, you get a number of free actions within a turn determined by the GM. Like you can't take infinite free actions.
No, I mean a half of a half action.
No.
Because half a full action is a half action.
No.
Okay.
Because that's. So I know some GMs like to give a limit to how many free actions you can take, and will break up the turns like that. I don't. If it's a free action, it's got nothing to do with your actions. So if you always get one free action within your turn. You can make an argument for multiple free actions. You know, so like if you've got 2 grenades in your hand, free action, you know, pull the pin, throw one, pull the pin, throw one. There is a argument to be said for that. If you in the last turn you prepared 2 grenades, you know, or free action, I bite the pin off one, free action, I bite the pin off the other. There are arguments to be made for that. Or, you know, if it's a really simple action, just passing an object around, you know, that's, I might say, you know, that's an extra free action, because you're literally just going, there you go, Ezio, take this, he's right next to you. It's, but I do know some GMs like to break it down to stop too many free actions coming up.
That's fair.
Well, that's
Just
right.
asking because the it was the duplicate clip. Duplicate clip halves the reload time, but my reload time was already half an action.
Oh, so you're trying to figure out how it would work out? Then it would go to go to a free action. Yeah. If you're trying to for something like that, then yeah, it would go to a free action, because it's a combat turn type of thing.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna check. You might be able to.
And you can't do it infinitely as well.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay. So basically what I've created is a 3-shot fast reload ripper clip. I say 3 shots, you can actually fire it 3 times before having to reload. And it's suppressed.
Oh my god, this horrible piece of junk that you just keep hanging on to and bringing around with you.
I like my little ripper clip. It's just a full auto fucking Uzi, basically.
It's the crappiest. I can't, like, you haven't even gone around to Hive to be like, can I get a best quality one of these things? People looking at you like you're a fool.
But I like this one. This is the one I've had since the very start. I just shot a guy and then fucking took it off him.
I don't know why, but for ripper clips, all I can imagine is like the old style, like LMGs where you had to pull the belt through, but that just on a tiny scale.
It
reminds me of the
or like a blade.
It reminds me of the bastard gun from Metro, if you remember that.
Oh yeah.
They just kind of basically a big block magazine you have to slap into the side of the weapon and it fires all the way through.
I mean, realistically, you only have to play Fallout 4 to see the gun that you're using, because you can make it.
Oh yeah, pipe pistol, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, is there anything any of you want to do with your 10 days before the mission starts?
Halfway through, so after 5 days, I would like to ask Liliana to inquire with the Poison Kiss if they don't know anything more.
That's more or less what I'm doing every day. Every day I'm asking Liliana to call up the Poison Kids to see if they got the intel. Well, every other day.
Jesus Christ, fine. I'll call them for the 50th time.
I mean, we're on day 1, so I'm just checking. Yeah. There's nothing that anyone wants to do during these 10 days.
Practicing my sedition? Not sedition. That's very bad practice.
I'll teach Mordecai how to dance.
Yeah, so that sort of thing.
Oh, practicing your seduction.
Yeah.
So this is how we're going to take over the Imperium. This is how we break down the... No, my dear child, no.
Oh,
Sure.
boy.
Okay. So, is there anything or anyone else that you want to talk to, or speak to, or get in contact with?
Not at this moment.
Not that I.
Oh, actually.
Huh? Oh no.
Yes.
I need to read my notes.
This is going to be a long shot, but can I call up the Mechanicus?
What? Mantorus? Tech priest down below.
Yes. Yeah, Tech Priest down below, yes.
Sure.
Not,
you have
not our former Tech Priest.
yeah, the one who gave you the mission, made drugs for you.
Yes. The drug
Yep.
dealing Tech Priest.
Yep, you can bring her up.
Okay. Right. Hey, Mantorus, I know I don't usually contact you. That's primarily Jenny's job, but she's not here at the moment. Listen, we've got a job that's probably going to make us a bit more thrones, but we're lacking some intel. Would there be any way you could help out with us? Help us out with that, or? I have some ideas, but I just need to see if you're on board or not.
Well, Darius, I am currently aboard the rogue trader vessel with our subject. He has a much better facility for me to analyze the creature. But I can assist you if you need it from here. In fact, it is slightly easier with the ship's systems and being granted control when needed.
Okay. This is going to be a long shot, this first request, but has there been any private comm chatter on anything to do with sex parties? That feels so stupid. Just fucking come out with that. Out of character, that's just fucking stupid, but... Because I do remember she did tell Jenny that she had, like, tapped into the entire fucking comm network.
One moment. Processing.
Then move my, like, the mic of the microbead away and, like, when the fuck did she get in this ship?
Processing complete. Unfortunately, Darius, I have not found anyone or any communications regarding sex parties. However, I have noted that a large order was placed to the local trade guilds about acquiring certain non-prohibited recreational drugs. These are all non-prohibited on this world, but the administratum does hold sway over the tariffs. Thus, the guild holds sway over these drugs trade.
Okay.
It is the only thing of note that I can see from my scrutiny of the data.
Okay. Thank you, Montours. One last thing. Do you have any intel on a noble house of Hoffer?
One moment. Processing.
Again, I'm going to lower the mic and actually lean over someone. It is Hoffer, right?
Indeed it is. The number is Hoffa. Something Hoffa. Jeffrey Hoffa? Hold up.
Jimmy Hoffa?
I have a feeling somewhere. I have a feeling somewhere in some world I am illiterate for some reason, but I'm not in this. So I can actually take notes.
Processing
Interesting
complete.
thought, isn't it?
Processing complete. Lucius Hoffer of House Hoffer. Family was in control of a large part of the Aquafria guild system. They were in charge of distribution and quality control. This was some 80 odd years, 80 standard years ago.
Oh, shit. So before... Yeah, alright. Fair enough. Okay. You said was in control? Any
Processing.
intel on what?
Processing. Processing of further data complete. After scrutinizing the chronicalarium of the rogue trader's ship, he has some data regarding the House Hoffers. His ship has his family's line has traded with the Aquafria system before. The Hoffers were a old established house of this world, and were very powerful up until 80 years ago, when some tragedy befell them. There is no data regarding what this tragedy may be.
Okay.
Hypothesis would declare that this has something to do with the Inquisition, as there is no data within the Rogue Traders Chronicalarium regarding this incident. The next recorded mention of the Hoffer house is with Lucius Hoffer.
Lucius, okay.
Connections between Lucius Hoffer and a number of higher spire nobles. One moment. Processing names connected to the Hoffers.
Okay.
Processing complete. A number of houses have been... their data has been purged. However, a number of these houses are still functioning. My speculation is that Lucius Hoffer, Dan Jefferson, and Sam Elbert were all young enough that the Inquisition felt that they were not connected to whatever reason their houses were purged. This would explain one of the other names that has come up.
Real quick, what was the last name? Sorry.
Albert.
Albert?
Correct.
Okay.
The most notable name of connection to them is Planetary Governess Ella del Rosa Mentori.
Okay.
But the connection seems to be childhood at best. There is no information regarding their teen years.
Sorry,
Okay.
was it Al? What was the last name of Albert?
Oh, 1d5?
Hang on, I'll put the names in chat.
I think you just kind of cut out for me when you said Albert, and then you came back on. So
The sorry, it's yeah, I'll put the names in chat.
okay.
And if
Are you doing this?
if they doing what? Typing?
No. Sorry, I mean, getting this. Is Darius doing this in the table with all of us?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Lucia Hoffer.
Or Lucia.
Lucia. I thought I heard Lucius.
I said Lucius for some weird reason.
Thinking of the.
I don't know why. I looked at the name. I was like, yes, that's Lucius. Of course it is.
So it's not Hoffa, it's Hoffer.
Yes.
Hoffer.
Okay, Hoffa is something else there.
I had one extra F in there. Although technically most nobles do put the double F because of that really long ass story. But...
Yeah, I don't think that's how they spell their names. It's far more elegance and added on bits that mean nothing.
Fucking nothing. But...
Oh, she got a natural 2, but she got a natural 2, by the way. And this conversation has taken 40 minutes.
That's okay.
Just to confirm one thing too that I think I heard, she did say that the rogue trader knew this house, right?
No, his family. That was a mix-up on my behalf. His family has traded in this system before, so that's why his Chronicalarium has data regarding this world's house before the fall. But like I said, she got a natural 2 on her scrutiny percent. Like she was getting okay ones before, you know, like a 45. So yeah, she got a few degrees, and it was like, oh, you got a natural 2. Well, yeah, okay. Here are all the other connections behind the scenes from childhood.
Okay.
You know, because that actually gave me a very crazy idea.
Get the rogue trader in?
Exactly. Even though I don't trust her, what I'm thinking is, well, go ahead.
No.
You probably had the same thought that I did.
Yeah, that was actually going to be like one of my ideas of, maybe the rogue trader wants in on this shit.
Ask him.
Boy. I mean, well, I might call him up next, but one last thing I want of Mantoris, if it's possible. No, it'll be alright. There's no point in asking for possible locations because no one's going to know for the next couple of days. Okay, I will thank her for her time and inform her that if we have any other questions, is it alright if we contact her?
Of course, Darius. I will be aboard the Rogue Trader's ship for some time using his facilities. If you need me, I will be here.
Excellent. Thank you.
Before you hang up, out of character, can we get drugs from only her, or can we also get drugs from Dodgy Dave?
You can get drugs from whoever you want, really. It just depends on what they can get hold of. What kind of drugs were you looking for?
Oh,
tranquilizers.
Oh, you want tranquilizers. Okay, so tranquilizers are a bit of a difficult one. Because I have no idea where tranquilizers are. I know there's a trank gun. There's the hypo gun.
Oh,
which can
one
be...
second, I actually have this.
I do have a hypo gun.
They are under drugs and consumables. Under. Where is it? Where is it? I saw it the last time.
You know,
is it actually trank? No, that's a booze.
It actually is called trank.
Unusual type of booze. No, it's an unusual type of booze that lasts.
Wait,
it should also be in the drugs, because there is an alcoholic beverage called trank, but it's basically tranquilizers added to alcohol.
That's fucking weird, because I'm pretty sure in the core rulebook for Only War, Trank is an actual drug.
It is.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
was reading up.
They take the drug and actually put into the alcohol, if I remember correctly.
So Trank, by the Mechanicus rulebook, is a plant that you put in water to get rid of. No. Yeah, it has a tranquilizing effect. It's just to like calm people down. It's not actually like there's no you go unconscious for 1d10 hours or anything like that. It's just to calm the nerves. Because I have been reading through all the different drugs, so if you haven't read that it says it knocks them out for X amount of hours, then it's not the one you want. However, there is one. I do need to read up on it. So there is sleeping dust. I just need to check if this actually puts people to sleep, or if it actually like does the opposite.
User must make a -10 toughness test or fall into a deep sleep for 1d10 minutes. Wait, what? Hold up. It's on Inquisitor's Handbook, page 103.
Here we go.
Oh, wrong. Wait.
Open this up in Google Docs because I don't have Microsoft Word.
And 103.
On the PDF is 104. Harvested from
what one are you looking at?
Sleep dust.
Aha, I was looking at it in the Macarian's Handbook. Is it the same one? I believe it is. I believe it is.
Must make a difficult -10 toughness test, or 1d10 minutes later fall into deep sleep for 1d5 minus toughness bonus hours.
There's one there called Cameo.
So I will let everyone. My brain is a little bit. I remembered I had announcements for the group. I've been essentially huffing paint in a basement for the last 8 hours, with all the doors open, trying to get as much airflow in as possible. My brain is a little bit drowsy itself, so I am struggling a little bit to find stuff. But don't worry.
Fine.
Okay, so I actually know that there is a drug in 40k universe called Chimea, which is what they use to put in medically induced comas, but it's not in any of the rule books because it's from the actual lore stuff.
Yeah, I have that problem a lot. I hear stuff in books and in things, you're like, huh, that's really cool. And then you can't actually find it in the rule book.
I mean, I had this written up from when I was converting 40k into D&D 5th edition.
So
I have
sleep dust. Sleep dust you'd be able to get a hold of. It's rare. It's 100 thrones per dose, and it would technically work. The other option that you have that I saw is a drug called Kick. I think it's Kick. I will have to double check. But essentially, it gives you. So it's a stimulant that gives you like 1d 10 minutes of extra energy, but then after that you take 1d5 levels of fatigue. So
yep.
you can just give someone a double dose of that, and it does knock them out, because it says if they take more doses, there's a chance of being knocked out or death, I think.
So a combat drug removes fatigue, grants immunity to it for 2d10 rounds. Once it wears off, 1d5 fatigue.
Problem with that is that I don't think I want to gamble with that, because say I do give someone that, they go in a berserk for 20 rounds.
No, not berserk. Not berserk. This isn't Frenzoid. It's a completely different drug. This just lets them. This just gives them energy and lets them forget about fatigue, and then afterwards it's like it's like giving someone caffeine who's never had caffeine before. When they're tired, they'll get a massive surge of energy, but then they'll collapse because once it wears off.
This is where double teaming comes in handy, because if one garrots them and holds them in place, they're not fucking they're not yelling while garroted. And
True.
then you double inject them, you double dose them, so that's what 40-10 more or less rounds. But then they take 2d5. It might KO them.
Yeah, or 1d10. And also the thing is, this stuff can be injected. So you can inject this, whereas sleep dust, I think you either have to get them to consume it or you have to blow it in their face.
Can't we technically also dilute it? Because if it's
you
just
could
a dust
always
and-
go and get yourself some space coke, and then you do a line of space coke, they do a line of sleep dust, and you're like, hey, awesome.
I could do
All
that.
things are
That's
possible.
actually a very good idea.
God damn it! I've got to stop giving you guys ideas and help
You
you.
might want to get yourself some clear then, because that's a powerful supplement that prevents the user from becoming drunk or poisoned by lesser substances.
But you can't
Side effects
do anything
include... No, side effects include intense migraines, and that's it.
Yeah, it also says you can't do anything for like 5 hours afterwards after taking it.
Oh. Doesn't say that in this.
It says it in the book. I did look. I thought it looked cool, so I was going to grab it for me, and then I was like, "Oh wait, no, that's not good."
Dankeschön.
It's all right.
God, the thing is, I also don't want to go batshit insane and use crack every time I have to knock someone out.
Well,
But
no.
I
Again,
can-
this is
the
very
thing is-
specific. That's built for a very specific reason. Like, oh, these guys are giving us intel. I need to find out more. And then when you're in the room, it's like, okay, I've got as much out of him. I want to search him. Let's knock him out. And then, so you search him once he's out cold. And then, you just lie back and make it look like you went unconscious as well. And when he stirs, you start stirring. And then you hope that the dice gods are with you.
The thing is, sleep dust is tasteless and is often administered by being stirred into food. So, since I'm a waiter, I can technically put this into people's drinks if I have to too. So, can I?
You can.
You know what?
You can. Just remember, Hive Spire nobles, the people who can afford
Yep, I
to
know.
buy, just keep that in mind.
I know. I don't want to have to knock anybody out. I just want to have a nice, nice, calm sex orgy with
So,
no problems.
are we
But I
buying some
know
drugs?
It's going to be problematic.
What
I
drugs
will
can
buy
I
some
sell you
sleep dust.
today?
I
Sure,
will buy
the,
10 doses of sleep dust.
You want 10 doses? Okay. Fucking hell.
Yeah, man.
10
I
doses
go
of
in, I
what?
go hard.
Sleep dust at 100
Oh.
thrones a pop.
Oh shit. Yeah, save
can
at least 4 of them for the Countess if she shows up. I like Albo's idea.
I mean, it's not an idea, it's a prediction.
No, your idea of kidnapping the Countess and ransoming her off so we get the money for our...
we're not good at
I would like to note, I did not suggest this idea, but I am. But I do agree with the idea.
Look, we're
So
not
just to
doing
answer
that.
your question, the compact halves the weapon's maximum range and reduces the damage by 1, I think.
reduces the
so
weight and the magazine capacity by half, and reduces damage by 1. It's on 11.
So whilst I've
wait,
got nothing against you doing that to a sniper rifle, you do need to take into consideration it's no longer really a sniper rifle. It's a assassin's weapon essentially. So you can get in
It's,
close but long range. You're in the middle of ranges, but it's hard to find because a sniper rifle with 150 range, half that 75, isn't really a sniper rifle. When a las gun, a standard las gun, can can shoot as far as you, but it is a precision weapon, so, and a concealable one.
No, that's why I
Same
put it
deal.
on the what's now the mare's leg, because it's more of a carbine now, which is more easily concealable. I do actually believe it gives you -20 to discover the weapon. Yeah, there's a -20 on finding the weapon when it has compact on it.
Yeah, and I will let you get away with like having that under your arm whilst wearing a jacket, and it is concealed. You know, general people would not be able to tell, which is what you can't do with a standard length. But if you want to do that, by all means you can. I won't stop. Yes.
Before I actually let Montoros, the tech priest, sorry, forgot her name, go, I will ask her if she can procure me the spindle on seed plate. Don't know if she's going to be
So
able to.
you want to ask the rogue trader that question?
Yeah.
Yes, it's just that she's there.
Yeah.
You can call him up. You have his comfrey. I'm calling.
Yeah, because otherwise. Otherwise it is kind of, it's Mantorus going and asking the rogue trader, yeah, by the way, Liliana asked, can you get her this?
You're right.
gonna-
You're right. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Even if you want to pull the I don't trust him bit, you can just ask one of us to ask him instead.
Yeah, I'll ask Darius to do that. You're right.
I'm not fucking doing it. Fuck you. I'm talking about this.
Pretty please.
I know how Duke feels now. When he brings out an NPC and we're like, we don't trust him. We don't trust him. So, okay.
No. Yeah, I'll finish the conversation and I'll talk to the rogue trader.
Yay.
Okay.
I
So
believe that's
you
actually
end the
with
conversation.
Mantorus.
And you start up another one. The combi goes through to the I had this word before. I had trouble with this word before. Basically, it's the comms operator. And then he passes you over to the captain. It takes a minute or so before. Darius, how are you doing? How can I assist you?
Hello, Captain. I'm doing quite well. We have got a job lined up down here. It's supposed to give us a little bit of pay. Tide us over for a bit longer, but we're looking for more. We started looking for more information. First things first, I do have a request. Is there any chance you can get a hold of a... I'm gonna put my combi down. What was it? Lydia, please.
Sorry. It's the spindle fawn seed blade.
Spindle thorn seed blade. If you have any of those, here's quite fine. Oh, spindle thorn seed blade.
Well, Darius, they're not exactly something a gentleman should carry, but I can ask my master at arms and see if there's anything in her personal collection. She may have something along those lines.
Well, it's not for me, but I'm acquiring for someone who's too busy at the moment. If that makes sense.
Oh well, I'm hurt that they couldn't make time to ask me personally, but as you are asking on their behalf, Darius, then how can I say no, really? I will, if I can acquire the blade, I will have it sent down to you via gene drone, if you don't mind. I took samples of you all just to expedite goods if you needed them. I'm sorry, Darius. You're probably not aware of. It is quite common for nobility and those of higher officers to give their organic signature, let's say. It is an easy way for us to transport goods. Don't worry, it's all secure in my ship's data store.
So I'm assuming I don't have like speakerphone, so everyone's just staring at Darius. He's just staring up into space, his mouth agape. Kind of got a bit paler as this has happened, and listening to the details, like, all right then.
I'm
Very
surprised
well,
you haven't come across this sort of thing before. But it is for the upper echelons, so perhaps it's just not something you've come across.
I have come across it before. I just didn't partake in it because it doesn't matter, Captain. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing if you can get a hold of this item.
Yes, but of course. And what else did you want to ask me?
Oh, yes.
You're going to see Lillian just going like, invite him to that sex party.
Oh god. Okay. Emperor, help me. So, part of our information gathering has taught us, led us to discover that the contact, not really contact, the person in charge of this organization, this organized event, has actually had dealings with your family in the past, and we were wondering if you would want to take part in this operation as one of our inside operatives, more or less. You'll be in a much better position than our two current insiders. I'm trying to be as polite about this as possible, by the way, out of character.
Well, that's an interesting proposal, Darius. So you say my family have done business with them before. What noble is this?
The noble house of Hoffer, from this family, or from this this planetary system before. Around 80 years ago, I believe.
God, I hate the names I picked for his fucking crew. So you hear the rope trader ask his Salian? Salian, look through the Chronicalarium, House Hoffer. I don't know of them, but apparently my family's done business with them.
Fuck. Ask Mantoris. She already discovered it when she was looking through archives. She already discovered the connection through the archives, so she may have a better lead if that helps.
Ask Mantoris, Tech Priest. Apparently she's already been through the Chronicalarium. You hear like the microbeat kind of get muffled a little bit. Did I give her access?
Shit.
Lewis just go like, don't sell her out like that, man.
Well, she seems to have done a rather splendid job. Only the God Emperor's finest could achieve such marvels. I'll have to speak to my engine seer and see what he can tell me about these marvels that she's performed. But again, if it aids her in honing her skills, I'm sure a certain master would be quite pleased to hear that I have assisted in these matters. You can tell that there's a little change in his, I'll get profit out of this somehow. Fair enough. But after not a very short amount of time, he gets handed a data slate. Not that you know, but okay, I have the data here. Long before my time serving in aboard this ship, at the very least. But yes, appears to be one of my uncles. Oh. Well, this Salian, you have the bridge.
Oh,
You can hear the rogue trader walking off the bridge, and you hear the seneschal reply, yes, Captain. And you hear the whooshing of doors opening and closing. Well, Darius, it seems as if a family skeleton has been removed from my closet. Yes, this uncle, he was purged by the Inquisition, in fact. Some 80-odd years ago. He was he was an outsider in the family anyway. He had shamed himself many times and been pushed ever further onto the outskirts of our domain, as it were. Until, I'm not clear on all the details. I know that, I know his name and that he was purged, and, one of the reasons I am assisting a certain master is to repay this family slight to the Imperium. But I was not aware that he had done business here. And with this house. The Hoffers. But it seems as if my family should have a grudge against these nobles. Do you not think? I've always pictured myself as a bit of a spy man, getting good and smooth to people and getting. No, I'm liking your an insider, you say? Yes, I think I can accomplish this task.
Captain, I will have to inform you, however, first that this is a noble sex party.
Should I be embarrassed? I've been to many. I have seen and done many things, Darius. I am not taken aback by human flesh.
Okay then. Sorry, it's kind of new to me. Not exactly what
Do they not do this sort of thing in the lower classes as well? Do you not all get together to release steam and mingle?
I've been in the guard since I was 18, sir. And
not in the guard then? No.
We didn't really have time when I was on duty.
I see. Well, different lives and different circles, I guess. The nights can get very long and lonely aboard a ship that travels for months, sometimes on end. But of course, Darius, send me the information along. Any information that I need to know, at the very least. Okay. I will engage inquiry on the planet. I shall reach out to a few nobles and talk of old times and hard times as well. See if I can't schmooze my way into an invitation.
We have three if you're ballsy. Possible connections if you don't want to go direct to Lucia Hoffer. I'll send it along with any other details in a dossier over cogitator, perhaps, or if that makes sense.
Oh yes, if you send it in a data spurt, that should be fine. You how will you do that? That is a good point. I don't suppose. No, your tech priest is with us.
Can you send down a proper cogitator? Perhaps, if you have any spare.
Well, I did put a couple for your master and for the team efforts. Why not? Why not? I shall send one down with this blade, this seed blade of which you wanted.
And I will
and
get
yes,
the details.
Yes, excellent. Then I will have it sent via the drones, and yes, I'll ensure that it has the necessary equipment to send data spurts to my ship.
You cut out.
On what part? Data spurts to the ship?
Data spurts.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Excellent. I will thank him for his time, inform him that the dossier will be, or the data spurt will be ready as soon as possible, as soon as we get a hold of both any additional information as well as the cogitator, and thank him for his time. Oh,
That's not a problem, Derek.
Actually, sir, or Captain, is it usual to have escort into these parties, such as guards?
No, not normally.
What about outside of the premises, as such as patrolling the grounds in case of
in the area? In the area is fine, but not actually in the building. Normally, a noble will take care of that. I mean, I will of course be armed to the teeth because why not? I can.
I recommend it just in case.
Oh, but of course, I don't know what this Hoffer knows about my uncle's involvement. For all I know, it could have been my uncle that brought about his family's downfall. I will bring only my finest equipment. But I will be able to. I could bring a second in with me, someone that I claim is from my vessel, of suitable birthright. They would not be able to be as armed as I was, of course, only maybe a sidearm at the best, and armor, even I cannot come in full carapace. It would be more along the lines of armored underclothes.
Captain, I believe that the tech priest that has recently joined your crew, Jenny, I believe that she has a oh fuck, what do you call it? It's not a Rosarius.
Refractor field?
Cognon?
Refractor field. A rather damaged refractor field, or something along those lines. Perhaps it may be of use.
So that one was actually destroyed, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we gave it to Jenny, fix it, but I don't think she actually got around to do it.
No, as far as I'm aware, he went to use it and it rolled a critical failure. So it's blew out, and then when he ran away, he crushed it. So you do have the ruined pieces. I think you have the ruined pieces that can be used either under a prolonged tech use test to try and fix, or to utilize in other advanced technologies, like the servo skull parts.
Okay.
But that's yeah. So technically, Jenny has those things, but the rogue trader will just do not worry about my self, Darius. I will be more than able to look after my person.
Then I think that is all the details at the moment. If there's anything else, I will either include it with the data spurt or attempt to contact you again if that's fine.
Of course, Darius. Anytime I can be assistant to the God Emperor's finest, I am more than happy to do so.
Excellent. Thank you, Captain. Have a pleasant evening, day. And I'll end the feed. Or end the call.
Cool.
We'll look at the rest of the group, because I'm not used to all this talking. Really.
Is the metaphorical film off?
Yes.
Well, there is. You see, that man creeps me the fuck out, so I don't trust him.
Yes, well, he's joining you at the sex party. I did not inform him. I did not inform him that you will be a waitress and a twink. So, don't worry.
Well,
It's going to be a
honest,
surprise.
I actually like that idea, because even though I don't trust him, he's still technically supposed to be on our side, so having someone heavily armed inside could be very useful.
And it's looking like our host has ties with family members that have rather bad run-ins with the Inquisition.
The noble or the rogue trader or both?
I'm going to look around. I'm going to look around and say, "Oh, good thing we're not part of the Inquisition, then, right?"
Didn't you
Wink.
muffle your fucking bedroom?
I
You
did.
can't hear us.
I did. I'll still say it and wink.
Oh yes, that's your fucking thing. Yeah. I roll my eyes at that, but yeah, I suppose. I pass off everything else and let her know that he's going to try and look into getting the blade, and we're also getting a cogitator down here because
Ooh,
we don't have Jenny.
fancy.
Although,
Do we also have maintenance for the cogitator?
you know, I do have to say, I do miss our engines here. She's going to smile a little bit.
It's comments like that and made her leave. If I'm completely honest.
Oh, I know. I just miss teasing her.
Anyway, I'm gonna go start writing up this little document for when we can send it to the rogue trader. You guys go
That's fair.
do your thing. And I'll get up and go to my room.
She's going to look at that as you, Mordecai. Blink twice. Get up. Well then. Mordecai, I believe you wanted to learn pole dancing.
If you think it will help.
Sorry. Come on then. I'm gonna go train Mordecai in the arts of performance.
What?
Don't question it, please. just don't.
All I know is the thought. The thought is training the twink. So leave it like that.
I'm gonna call over one of the servitors. Can you film this, but keep on it all low?
Just announces very loudly, I am filming.
That would probably be Beethoven. because it's the only one.
Fucking Beethoven.
There are servitors down in the club that do general maintenance and in the house. So technically,
Yeah, but
Liliana's
it's not
talking to one
good,
of-
Ray.
Yeah, but she doesn't like. So you're not there, and she doesn't know that she can grab your auger servo skull. That's why she's
Fair.
she's just grabbing the one. Only
Hey,
unless you want to go
random
down and watch a grown man learn how to strip tease and dance on a pole. You could be there. I'm not going to question.
boy.
I'm probably start cleaning my guns daily. My daily routine of cleaning the gun. Takes a couple
Good
of
future
hours.
subject.
Just with the 1,000-yard stare up, I've seen things.
Okay, so you do your best to prepare and go through etiquettes and this, that, and the other. Not much in the hive has changed as the days go on. Your constant calls to Urza about have you got the details yet? Have you got the information yet? Have you got the information yet? Does begin to draw and grate on her. But after 3 days pass, so you have 7
What?
days, no, 3 days pass after that day. So you have 6 days left. Don't know why I held up 5 then. I was going to put my other hand up, but it's on push to talk, so yeah. Put the pinky. You get some information from the Poison Kiss and a data slate essentially is given to the group with all the information on. You are told the location of the club, well, of the house that's going to be used. You get, well, yeah, basically everything that you needed to know. The times when you're being picked up, when it should end, what do's, don'ts are on there again. But you're also the costumes or the outfits are also dropped off as well. They're not great. Very skin tight. Very so essentially Mordecai's is skin tight, very short shorts that are black with like a latex top that's in the colours of a butler's top, but it's actually all latex and with latex tails out the back. There's not much to it. Liliana's isn't much worse. Isn't much better, rather. Although she does have more accessories to go on. So, for example, she's actually got thigh-high. It's not latex like Mordecai's outfit. Hers is actually a fabric. So it's.
Ooh.
But then it's also, you can clearly see that some parts are meant to come off. Like, you've got the full lingerie set, Liliana. Whereas Mordecai's got the more really, really tight, revealing clothes.
Let me guess. He has a Speedo and a bow tie.
No, it's latex shorts.
Oof.
Mordecai,
Everybody's gonna know his size.
You do have one saving grace. One, there is a message there of, do you want a prosthesis to help down there? And the other is that you have thigh-high socks. You have that very, not thigh-high, calf-high socks.
Savage.
What pottery is this?
They don't know how big or small Mordecai is. They're just asking, if you want something to pack down there, we can help with that. Remember, they run a dirty brothel in the Underhive where they have twink guys.
Yeah.
That was redundant, twink guys, because never mind. It's like it's an ancient fossil. No shit. No shit.
Ancient fossil. God,
that is funny.
glad you remind me of that.
That is funny. All of this, all too funny.
There is a
Why
thing
do-
there that says you can make revisions if you want to add something or if you want to argue the point for something.
No, I think I'm fine without a prosthesis. The however you say it. That word that you said.
Prosthesis.
That one, yeah.
Prosthetic cock.
God damn it.
Stop beating around the bush. There you go. The banana for your banana.
A cock
It's the
sleeve,
roll of quarters in
basically.
your
Yeah.
pocket.
So, you'll also be quite delighted in the fact that on this day, a servo drone turns up. So, this appears to be a on-world servitor that has been, essentially his legs were removed. He has a track that has you basically can put parcels on it. There's another servo skull of immaculate craftsmanship that seems to be leading the servo drone that's carrying a cognate, well, a box, and a smaller box. When you take the two boxes in, your servitors assist and come over and pick up the cognate, and they'll put it in whichever room you wish. And the small box, whoever opens it up, there is the blade that you will, plus 1 dose of lucifite, which is a sappy, like when you look at it, is a small vial that goes into the hilt of the blade.
Oh.
There's well, when you do it, there's a release of air, and this sappy material begins to this very victus sap begins to very slowly begin to bubble out. It doesn't drip, but it slowly gets bigger and bigger until it takes up the whole length of the channel. But it doesn't seem to drip out. It seems to cling to the blade, the blade material itself, and it does appear to be of. It's not metallic. This is a grown plant that has been fashioned into a blade, so it will not be detected on scans.
You know where that's going, right?
Don't want to think about that.
Hopefully not in the prison pocket.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
exactly
no.
what I was thinking.
No, that's taking place of your recently acquired banana, Mordecai.
God. What do you mean recently acquired? You mean God Emperor given?
Oh shit!
That's when they give you a prosthetic.
You know, yeah, hide a weapon in your prosthetic dick. That can work.
So, Liliana,
No.
there's a note with the small vial that says lucidifite. It is lucidifite is a Savage World sap from a tree that paralyzes.
Ooh.
So the target must make a hard, so -20 toughness test, or be paralyzed for 1d5 plus 5 minutes. It's basically the spider venom from the Warhammer Fantasy.
Gotcha. Toughness test or be paralyzed, right?
Yes, -20 toughness test or be paralyzed.
Is this an injectable? Can I put? Is this odorless, tasteless?
It goes in.
I
It
don't know
goes
this,
in
right?
the. It goes in the blade.
Ah,
So when you look at the hilt of your Splinter Thorn seed blade, there's the hilt is hollow, and you can push this capsule in. And when you do, there's a small hiss, and you'll see that the chamber fills up with this very viscous, sappy material. But it seems to cling to the plant fibers, so it doesn't come out. Like if you put it in there and you give it a swing, you'll see that the sap does not come out of the blade, even when G-force is applied for you swinging it around.
yep. Okay.
Mark down each time you cut someone with it, and I'll let you know at one point when it runs out.
Okay.
Because this is an unknown. You just don't know how long it will last.
Okay.
For rarity, it is a very rare item. The sap,
Okay.
but becomes common on the feral world, death world that it comes from.
Okay. Is this thorn sea blade? It's basically a point, right?
It's a plant. No, it's a plant. It's not just a point. It has been fashioned, and it is completely organic, so it won't be detected by scans.
Gotcha. Can I hide this either in the sutures of my bra, or can this be used as basically a bun pin?
No, it's not that small. It is a blade, so it can't be used as a pin. It can go into your calf high, your thigh boots. You've got like stripper boots with your costume, so you can hide it in that easily enough. It does have a sheath along with it, which is all natural as well.
Okay.
But yeah, there is no negative to trying to find it.
Yeah. Just as a reminder, what was it to hide things? I can
To find
talk my
things?
way out of it. No. To hide things. Was it just charm? I don't remember if it was a blood or what it was. If it was security.
So I'm missing what you're saying first. To hide things.
To basically make sure it's not to hide things. It's basically there was a role to make sure that people it was well concealed enough, wasn't there?
Yeah, if you want to hide something, you roll sleight of hand. I believe it's sleight of hand that allows you to conceal things. I mean, conceal is the right word, or hide things. Yeah, because I believe you use scrutiny, perception, or sleight of hand to locate things. So scrutiny, perception, checking you up and down. Whereas once they've seen something, they then use sleight of hand to pat you down.
Yep. Okay. I'll keep it hidden on my boot. I'm worried about sleight of hand, but I'm gonna try to just charm my way out of it if anything happens.
Sure.
Because I don't have sleight of hand.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So, was there anything else that you wanted to go over?
I will be sending the data spurt over the cogitator of info we have. So just to confirm with him, it's like a location here, yada yada yada. Connections. I'll give them all. I'll give them all three of the possible connections. So Dean Jefferson, Sam Albert, and the planetary governess Ella Della Rosa Mentieri.
Sure. Yep.
With a special kind of tag on the last one saying, if you still need a way in and you've exhausted all our options, this is probably your last bet, and probably a big gamble. Inform him that Ezio and I are on watch outside, while Mordecai and Liliana will be posing as staff and entertainment.
Cool. The data spurt is away.
Is there anything else I need to add real quick?
Not that I can think of.
Not
Trying to
really.
think of anything. I don't think so. Although I'm probably forgetting something.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be it then.
So the data spurt is away. A few hours later, your cognite has a green flashing light on it, and one of you presses it at one point. Just like, okay, what's this do? And yeah, sure, he'll record your message. Just to inform you all that I will be attending the party, but don't worry, I will not let on that I know any of you. It will be an interesting event, hopefully. Fortunately, he doesn't say his name or where he's from. He just accepts that, yeah, they're going to know that it's me. He doesn't start mentioning who you are and who you work for or anything like that.
I'd like to hope not. Because he's kind of in the same boat if this shit goes down. But still, fuck it. Okay. I believe that's everything, man. Are we... Unless anyone else has anything else to do, or we have to talk to anyone else.
I would like to spend. I don't know what day it currently is, but I'd like to spend a few days actually observing how people, the staff work on the Python Kiss. Basically, I'm getting training with them, so I can, learn the mannerisms, so I'm not completely out of place. How they,
okay, I get what you mean now. Yeah, no, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. That's not a problem. That's
I would
something
probably
you
recommend Mordecai does the same.
can spend some time.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same whilst basically begging her to teach me how to be a slut.
That's not what I wanted to hear. Darius is... He's not angry, he's just disappointed. There's a complete difference from Casper. Casper would be all into all this shit. Darius is... I kind of hoped you would grow up to be a little guardsman, but no, you're a thought.
Well, I've got to find out whether my demon is Slanesh or not somehow.
Right.
Say again, friend. Rocky the pistol. What did you say?
Ezio goes in his room. He comes out with a couple of nades.
Oh
boy.
Ouchie.
Oh jeez.
Okay, so was there anything else you guys wanted to do in this time? You still have 6 days remaining, or we can jump to the day of the party.
I will. With 6 days left, I'll call Mantoris again, ask her if she can keep an eye out on the Jefferson, Albert, and Hoffer networks. If there is anything we need to know, if she can't even get onto them or whatever, tap them more or less, or if there's any way we can help her by tapping them.
Of course, Darius. I have gained valuable experience in this system. I can assist with this.
Okay. So, listening on our comms and communications that way, especially the private ones, and see if there's any excess details we can get, and hopefully get a mini report before the party.
Very well, Darius.
Sounds
I
okay.
shall do this. I will be in constant communications, although I will not be able to assist if they are jamming. However, if you can locate the jamming device, then disabling that will allow me to eavesdrop. But I will hopefully be able to give you some warning if they are.
Okay. Sure. If you believe any of them are jamming, give me the location, and I think Ezio and I will head out there to see what we do.
Do we already know the location of the party?
We
or
have,
is that
we have the location of the party, but it's if they're coming off their own lines and stuff, we're gonna have to find their estates. More or less.
Okay. I guess I'm spending my time training.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting something very important. And
Yeah.
I can already feel the GM laughing on the inside, but
I can practically hear it.
Sorry, did I have my push to talk on?
And there's the confirmation.
Oh boy. Alright, I'm trying to think what you guys may have forgotten or whatever, but I'm thinking what?
actually, how much was it for the hidden compartment? Because I think I'm gonna add a hidden compartment in on my boot.
No, for concealable holster is 100 thrones. That's -20 to search tests, essentially. I did it for the choker because it's something really easy. Like, technically, you could just put a choker on and tie the garrote around your neck. There is so if you get a master crafted mechanical arm, there is a concealed compartment in that you can hold. Well, I had a grenade in mine, so a grenade-sized item. That kind of thing you can have done. Although it would be easy to have like a big fat heel and then have some of the heel taken out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking for the stripper boots. Even if I had to buy new stripper boots.
Oh, so they're really they're quite a small heel. They're not a big chunky heel on the stripper boots. Technically, the stripper boots could be used as a weapon. That's the fact of it. You teleport that motherfucker into someone's head.
I mean, those boots. I mean, depending on the kind of boot you're talking about, it could be just a replacement for a stiletto.
Kind of. You could, if you took hold of the toe of these things and hacked at someone with the heel, yeah, you'd do some serious damage.
Isn't there like a high heel brand called Stiletto?
Yep.
Yeah,
There is. There is.
There you go then. Also, your voice mod is on the entire time.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
That's why I said thank you, Mentorus.
Didn't notice that.
it's fine.
I think it's
Well,
probably one of the reasons why we laughed the first time you said it.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, okay, I think that's everything. So I'll be listening in on comms with Mentorus while everyone else goes off and does their thing. Was there anything you needed to do with the gang or anything before this happened? Or
Nope.
Um,
You have all the information.
Before, yeah.
You're going. I mean, technically, you're going up and down to the gang, Liliana. So, if there was any information, you could get it from them, but they've given you everything. So,
Yeah.
oh, there'll be about
so,
30 nobles there in total. There are about 30.
You know, one of the things I was about to say is yes, I would be trying to get a gossip and information from the people while I was, learning from them. And one other thing, since we already know where the manor is, do we already know where Mordecai and Answer are going to be staying? What position, basically?
Darius in it. They can pick out spots, and when you'll know where they are because they can pick out spots. But you haven't gone over to the map.
Because there is one very specific thing I would like to put forward to the group. That is, if either, because we're not going to have comms, both myself and Mordecai, but if we know which side you guys are going to be on,
did you guys not get the compact? Did you guys not get the compact best quality microbeads?
I do not.
No,
Because-
because we're going to get scanned.
Yeah, that's
The
what the compact one thing was for the best quality, wasn't it?
Problem with the compact one was that it was ear sized, so it was very hard to hide technically.
Well, no. So there's an element of you need to bullshit your way through. There are ways to do
yeah,
it.
that was it.
There are lots of ways to do it. Past the scanners. It's just like I can't assist you with all the ideas and all the. There are ways to get past scanners and to make it difficult and to be a uppity bitch about it. It's just you have to do it on the day. You can get compact microbeads of best quality. They half the range of them, but yeah, they do apply additional negatives to being found.
It's a metallic scanner, or is it a circuitry scanner? More or less, because if it's well, we wouldn't know. You can't really tell us that. But if it's just
that's the one thing you would.
Yeah, if it's a basic metallic kind of scanner, if you just wore massive fucking earrings or like what do you call those? The ones that like into the back, the rear of the ear. Those big ring ones sticking there. It's gonna pick up those potentially.
Can we find out what the scanner on the party will be?
No. That'd be something you'd have no clue about, because your houses don't come built in with a scanner. This is something they're bringing along from their own personal collection.
Oh, actually, I have an idea. That how much is the microbead?
For best quality is 100.
Is it only 100 that's wrong? The best quality one?
Yeah.
Best quality, I believe, is 100.
Wait, best quality is 10 times or 5 times?
Hang on a minute. Have I got confused with fantasy?
I don't remember.
Fantasy is 10 times.
Fantasy is 10 times.
So is in this
But in
one.
this, it's only in this, it's
No,
only
no.
3, isn't it?
Best quality in this one is times 10 too. If you get good quality, it's times 3.
Oh,
Okay, so it's 1,000.
Exactly.
It's 1,000.
So it's exactly like in.
Is it not? Wait, let me double check this. I think
It's exactly like fantasy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a shock for a moment of, hang on, is it in it 3 times? No, okay. So yeah, it'd be 1,000 gold for best quality.
Okay.
And 300.
It's 200. Microbead's 200. A normal microbead is 20 drones. Times 10 is 200. Plus 50, so 250 for the compact.
That's the
You know
one.
what? I will buy. I'm gonna have to bladder my way out of this. I will buy a compact best quality gun bead.
Yeah, I'll do the same and have to blag my way out of it.
I do have to ask, does the staff usually wear the when I'm training? Do I see if the staff is wearing the what do you call it? Earpieces?
Earrings?
Oh.
No. The comm beads. Does the staff wear those?
No. The staff do not have
them?
comm beads. Like you can see the outfits for everyone at the party, and they're just outfits. The staff don't wear comm beads. The only person who would have a comm bead in the start, because remember, comm beads aren't given to normal citizens, even staff.
No.
Like the maitre d' might have a comm bead to the chefs or so they can relay information, and then that maitre d' can relay information to the servers. It's not. Yeah, they're not just readily given out unless you are talking about the highest of high society, where they want their staff to be able to, in an instant, get orders across to, bring the fluffers in to fluff my pillow immediately. Otherwise, staff don't get any luck. Well, I'll leave your imagination to decide which type of fluffer. The ball type. That's actually a job, or used to be.
Yep.
It still is, actually. Fluffer is also
see the trade
a job.
still.
It's also still a trade craft used in the R-rated industry.
So, yep, you can buy them. The Poison Kiss will assist you there. So, unless there's anything else that you can think of doing, the next 6 days will pass.
Oh, like much tutor. Shit. All right. Yeah, I'll do this in character then. I'll ask Ezio if he wants to go scope out the place while I monitor the comms.
Ezio would agree.
Basically, my plan is go scope out the place, see if there's any details that were left out on the plans, and if there's anything good, we might be able to stash some stuff there.
If everything fails in the end, I would like to make a sign for if we don't have comms, for basically, everything's fine or help. Just do signs.
I would have asked Mordecai what the possibilities would be psychically, and during the 10 days.
I wouldn't suggest any of us using our powers unless it was life or death.
So you can't just shoot some psychic flare.
No. Especially not with nobles around. And that's not something we should do.
It doesn't work like that anyway. I can shoot real flares, but that would be...
I'm just going to look at you and say, look, if everything is okay, let's say I go to let's say you guys are at the north side of the manor. I'll go to the north side of the manor, find a window, and I'll hold my necklace, my pendant, this one right here, with both my hands and basically play around with it. If I do that, everything is fine. If I hold my choker and play around with a little bit with it, we need help.
Can I stop you there? The windows of this place are not open. Like, the curtains drawn, sex party, remember?
Yeah.
Like, so if you want a sign to go out, you either have to buy essentially you'd need to buy a glow globe that has a flashing setting on it. So you can chuck that in a window so there's a flashing light on the outside of the curtains. That's the only way you can send a signal that I can think of covertly that they can watch. They can actually look out and see. Because otherwise you're going to have to be going up to windows and every time quickly sticking your hand in between the curtains and waving to see if they notice. It's not, if things blow up, they need help. I mean, isn't that just the best way of... if the windows cave in on themselves in a vortex of doom, save us.
Oh yeah, I could get that. Thanks for reminding me.
It also helps. Don't do that. Vortex of doom. No. The thing, because even though this is a sex party, my mentality was that maybe one of the windows could be open because they bought every other house around the manor. Wasn't that what they said?
No, they've cleared out they've tried to clear out the streets and clear out the other houses, so they have as much privacy as possible in a hive city. But still, they're not going to have this is, remember, like, you're thinking of paranoia, add that to the NPCs. This is where you're going to come up against a problem with, you can bullshit your way through, of course, they're NPCs, they're not as smart as the players, but if you were having a sex party when you were a very powerful person of position, would you have a single window open?
No.
Well, you got to let them bank out somehow.
You're correct. It's just that I'm used to having windows, even when I'm paranoid.
Let's look at what happened with the prince, the English prince, who got too many photos of what he was doing. See,
you're 100% correct. I know.
But yeah, by all means, if things blow up, or if you see the poison kiss doing anything odd, you can get in, get the message across. If they have jammers, that's just something you're going to have to come up against and try and solve at the time. There's no real way for you to overcome the fact that they could have technology that fucks with you. You just have to roll with the punches there, I'm afraid. You can only prepare so much, and considering most of your equipment was weapons and things to knock people out,
Honestly, at this point, I think let Ezio do the recon, and
ignore the poison
if
kiss.
there's anything else if anything else comes up, bring some stuff up with the poison kiss, or
That's the street that you can basically get up to, Ezio. What equipment would you be taking with you?
For the scouting mission?
Yes.
I would put on my fancy clothes. I know I had them, but I seem to have removed them from my inventory, so can I add
the ones you got from the
road?
rogue? The one you got from the rogue trader?
Oh yeah, that one. Does it have any signs, markings, that kind of stuff?
Yes, it has your military insignia on it. It's like a really fancy dress uniform.
Don't wear your dress uniform. Just wear civilian clothes and grab a pit.
Would I have been able to get some fancy clothes for 200 rounds? Or would that have been too much for the upper spire?
For 200 thrones in the upper hive, not the spire, the upper hive, that would be like the common class worth of clothes. So you wouldn't draw any attention, but you wouldn't be out of place. But sure, you can buy that.
That's
add it
what
to
I
your
want.
character. Yeah, you could do that the day that you're going up to scout. That's perfectly fine. So yeah, when you get up to...
I would leave my...
Well, what weapons are you taking with you rather than what are you leaving?
Problem is, I have no stealthy weapons.
Then leave
I
them
can
behind.
I can lend you one.
I mean, I have a hell pistol, but I don't tell. I think
That's
they'll
not
notice
stealth.
that much.
I'm going to lend you my suppressed fucking what do you call it? Yeah, I'll
So
lend
here's
you
the
my
thing,
suppressed.
you do have... Here's the thing, guys. You do have ID that grants you access to this area. I wouldn't let you up here if you didn't have the captain's cognum to get through. So you can get through. A hell pistol is pushing it a bit on what his authority will get through. You could, but again, you're going to the upper hive. There aren't any, thugs. Well, there are thugs up there, but there are no gangsters, trying to mug.
I would leave my weaponry down there.
Even if you
or maybe have someone come along with me up. Like
I
before
would
you
go along
arrive.
with you, but I'm monitoring comms. I can give you a suppressed stead holder or a pistol if you want to bring up.
Yeah,
But-
because it's not because it's suppressed, it isn't not noticeable. That's the problem, isn't it?
My
No, again,
I
so
stand
you're
with
going under the rogue trader's authority. So his men are allowed to be armed. Like, you could have a las pistol, you could have a sword, you could have an auto pistol. That kind of stuff is
sword.
fine, but it's just one. You can't go fully. If you go fully armed, then if enforcers see you, they're going to question.
I would take my pistol sword then. If that's
Your pistol
if that
sword?
would be fitting. Yeah. Chimera pistol sword.
Oh yeah,
oh,
I remember.
you bought one of those.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gunblade. Of course I'm going to buy it. Who wouldn't?
You did say the hidden pocket can store a pistol.
Not if there's a bayonet attached to it.
Trying to help you here, goddammit.
I mean,
So you did, just to double check, when did you buy that weapon? Was that bought this session or was it bought before?
that was my starting weapon.
That was your starting weapon?
Yes.
No, it couldn't have been your starting weapon, because none of... Yeah, that couldn't have been the first weapon that you had, because that's out of the book. That's a special weapon.
Yeah, so my...
Because I was going to ask, because
No,
you have to
that's-
buy the pistol. You have to buy the pistol separately. I know the weapon that you're on about, and it is a naval weapon, so it's something that a rogue trader could have got you, at the very least. But you do have to buy the pistol separately. There's additional cost to it.
I mean, I know I've had it in my inventory for a very long time already. I started with the
It
stealth
must be
holder.
something else then. Because I know you couldn't have started with it. I know Dodgy Dave didn't sell it to you. I
Mr.
don't
Black, maybe?
think Mr. Black did. I mean, you would have known if Mr. Black did, because that's an expensive buy. Because he's double the price. And you have to
Yeah.
buy... I mean, the gun alone, I think, is 100 thrones. I can't... What gun was it? It was the armor... No.
No, it's called Chimera, isn't it?
Because yeah, it's a single when you're using it as a melee weapon, it's a single fire. I have looked into it because it is a cool weapon. I just don't remember when.
Bring out the list. I don't see it. Chimera pistol sword.
Yeah, sorry, dude. I don't remember when you would have got that. So if you want to get it off of the rogue trader, by all means, that's definitely something he could get. Because I know you spent 130
Sorry.
thrones for the gun.
For the sword part, and it counts as
Yeah.
a single. It contains a single shot pistol with the same stats as the Iron Talon pistol. The Iron Talon pistol is Iron Talon pistol, Cyber Monday, 150 alone. Use of specialized ammunitions that achieve a tearing effect.
Yeah, because that pistol's a really good pistol when it uses its specialized. But by all means, if you want to buy it, by all means you can. But I really can't remember when you got that before this session, because I know you spent like 8-10 grand on your Armageddon with Mr. Black, and I think that cleared most of you out.
It might have been Mr. Black. It's like my second record, so I must have gotten it before the Armageddon even.
Yeah, then I can't see how. I can't see how you would have got it then, because the only person before Mr. Black was Dodgy Dave, and when you all went to Mr. Black, you got armed to the max. I mean, you spent, like I said, 10,000 thrones on your Armageddon and the Targeter. Lily Allen spent like 11,000 on her chain.
I think I know what happened. It may have been a miscommunication at the start, because you did allow us to have a any melee weapon we were able to take, or any melee weapon that made sense, and maybe there may have been a miscommunication where only sword was said or heard.
It's possible, but if that is the case, I will have to remove it, because it's an expensive item. If you'd got it from Mr. Black, you're talking 300. You're talking like 600 or more, not including extra ammo.
I believe, it's scarce, so it still fell into the parameters for us to take a melee weapon, because I believe the maximum we could take was scarce quality.
That could have been it, that I asked for it.
Because I think you may have gotten mixed up with him and Waldo, because I know Waldo took a sword as well, because his hereditary sword.
Yeah, ancestral. Yeah, his ancestral sword. So yeah,
Ancestral sword.
Sorry, Albie, I'll have to take it off you for how overpowered it was for the start of the game. But by all means, if you've got, I know you guys have got the thrones now. If you want to pay, what is it? It was 125 and 125, so 250 for it. And the captain can sell you extra ammo for it as well.
All right, then I'll just spend the thrones then to make it easy, if that's fine.
Cool. So yeah, you can
Anyway.
by all means you can go up there with your gunblade. That kind of falls in the grey area where they're like, well, he's only got one weapon. It's like it is a sword and it is a gun, but yeah.
Generally
The
use one at
enforcers
a
that see you
time.
don't want. Yeah, the enforcers up there don't seem to care as you come strolling through the street. So you can see on the map where the street and the adjoining houses. You haven't got information on the inside of the building,
Incredibly.
but you do have access all the way round, and you can see where they're attached to. You can also see where the Poison Kiss members will be, but technically they're not there now.
If I do a pass alongside the building, like, I'll just line it out. Like this.
Yep, and you just want
Do I
to
notice anything odd? Like possible angles of attack? What would be a good vantage point? Do I
So the
see
building
anything?
itself has quite high walls, but it does have that Georgian style big windows. However, as you walk past and you kind of look at the reflection and you look at the thickness of the window, these windows are thick. You'd guess this is an armor glass of some sort. Again, big grand windows that at the moment are all closed, but you can see that there's bustling going on. The windows on some of the the curtains on some of the windows do open for a moment, and you can see maids coming in and cleaning the windows and dusting things off, but then the windows very quickly shut again. Let's just see, what's your luck like? Well, no, actually, Ezio, give me a 1d100. Let's see what your luck's like. You want low for good things to happen?
Can't I roll awareness?
No, this is a luck roll. So this is just a roll to see how the world is responding at the moment. If you're unlucky, then you get no more information. If you're lucky, you might get...
What if it's still in between?
You don't get too much extra information, but as you're walking down initially, one of the maids does open the front door, and she seems to be taking some, like she's emptying, chucking bags at the front, and then she shuts the door quickly. You can give me an awareness check with a -10 to see what you can glimpse through the door as it's opening and she's moving bags out.
Ooh.
Okay, with 5 degrees of success. As the doors open, you can see that the door is up here by the Poison Kiss members, even though they're not there. In this room here, you can see that they seem to be tables laid out, and there's no food or anything on them, but it definitely looks like they're placing the furniture to get things ready. As you come further down the road and the door's still open, you do see that there is a fireplace up in the corner here. And the rest of the room you can see is quite large, but there's just tables and maids basically cleaning and getting the premises ready.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No.
What kind of people do I see on the street, or?
Oh, the types of people around here are high nobility, who are essentially squatting, who are coming down to be with the riffraff and the scum. The 99% of the people here are all well-dressed, well-groomed, lovely smelling. They don't have any dirt or grime on them, unless every now and then you might spy an artist. Clearly an artist, because they've got flecks of red and green on their clothing and genuinely moving a little bit quicker and scanning faces. But yeah, it's all well-to-do, well-fed. Practically no poverty. Well, no poverty whatsoever. This is a real change. You've never seen Imperial citizens like this, living this well. No one looks disheveled. No PTSD soldiers on the streets. No street urchins running about. Little kids. It's just all well-behaved, well-mannered individuals. I will... Ooh. Yeah, go on. Give me another luck roll, so another 1d100. This is for when you have just entered or are just leaving the... Okay. As you leave this area, you know, after doing your scouting, 10, 15, half an hour, however long you wish, you start to head back down. As you get to where it's kind of, this is the upper hive, the next floor down is the middle hive. You see along basically your path is stopped by a long line of children. There is an adult who seems to be leading the front, and there's an adult leading the back. The adults are wearing thick grey robes with finery only slight finery. So it's a small amount of silver thread that is embroidered around the edges. A small amount of luxury is shown by the craftsmanship of these robes. The children that are walking in almost a procession, silent with hoods down and faces looking to the ground, are like no children you've seen probably ever. They move in order, well, maybe not ever. They move in an orderly fashion. There's no playing, there's no screaming, no talking. They just walk in almost a drone-like fashion. Their robes are a much lighter coloured grey. They have no luxury whatsoever. In fact, they look kind of itchy. Just looking at them looks kind of itchy, and the fabric looks stiff. And you see probably the only nice thing about these robes is the embroidery stitched across the back. Students of Scolum, Terrenia.
Should I push my luck and pursue them, or
You can try and follow them if you wish. Hey, if you want to, you can, by all means.
the thing is, I'm 99% convinced this will bite me in the ass. Solid.
It's entirely up.
I'll try
If you
to.
want to pull out, you can. If you want to push on, then grit your teeth and go for the end.
I'll try to follow them stealthily.
Okay, so can you give me a... It's basically shadowing, but it's done with stealth. Same dice roll.
Any negatives?
Nope, not at the moment, so it's just flat. In fact, you can probably get a +10 because you are wearing the correct garb. And again, this is shadowing, so you're not sneaking around. You're, looking around, looking at the architecture, keeping the children in your peripheral vision, and just moving along with the crowd. Okay, so with 5 degrees of success, you watch as the small children walk in their procession. They walk down the streets of the upper hive, and the tutors that you are guessing they're tutors now, they seem to stop off at different shops, and slowly these small children walking in procession, they get loaded down with supplies. And you can see that the tutors are going to official, so for example, the administratum's official food and ration shit, I had the word for it and now it's gone. Department, we'll say department. It's not department, it's where they issue out food for charities and things. And they go
food,
and they...
food distribution?
Dispensary. It's dispensary.
Yeah.
So it'd be the administratum's charitable food dispensary's office. Says something along those lines. And you can see that they're coming out with bags of essentially rices, grains, other foodstuffs that have the official stamp of the administratum on them. But these small children are loaded up, and the tutors seem to lead them on. Now, this is taking you about an hour as they've stopped at different official imperial trading companies, material goods. They're just stopping off at all these different buildings, gathering supplies. Give me a scrutiny fellowship as you're looking at the tutors to see if you can gather anything from their disposition, how they're acting between each other, how...
I'll re-roll that one.
Cool.
Less bad.
Sadly, you just can't gather anything from them. As they go into shops, they bring down their hoods. But as they come back out, they raise their hoods up. So you don't really see anything about them. You get a vague sense that you should recognize something, and I'll give you... how they hold themselves isn't a normal citizen. You know, how a normal citizen from the underhive or lower hive, you know, kind of worn down by life and a bit fed up and a bit, you know, they have so much work to do. And even around here, you can see that people are, whilst they're well looked after and they have enough food and water and supplies, they are worked, except from the proper nobles. These two kind of have a very relaxed walk. They don't seem to be under pressure to do anything, or to really be anywhere as they walk these children round collecting up supplies. Give me another stealth roll. This time, yeah, another +10.
I'm sneaky as shit, but I can't see shit.
So as you're shadowing the group, and the children are getting more laid down now, another 40 minutes passes as they seem to stop off at a stand-up bar where they talk to the barman, and a few moments of conversation goes by as the tutors take very small, these are like shot glasses of what appears to be water, and gives them one each to the children, who slowly sip the water after putting down their loads. The tutors, however, seem to stop and have a different beverage, something a little bit more expensive, as you see them sipping some sort of amasec or some sort of port. You take your chance, and you two go up to the bar, and you go and order yourself a drink. Please remove 5 thrones from your pocket, from your funds. Trying to keep your face obscured from the individuals, just, you know, to the barman, just, oh, drink please. Oh, thank you, you know. Keeping your back to them. Give me a awareness perception with a -20. Do you want to use a fate point?
Yes. I'll regret this next session, but...
Come on, roll 20. Come on, girl. You can do it. There we go. Sorry, a runner must have come by and slapped its ass. So sadly, you don't get as much information as you'd like. As you sit there and sip your drink, a group of nobles come by, already intoxicated, and begin being very loud, but you get a small amount of conversation. They aren't happy with us. No. The number of recruits has dropped. But that is to be expected. We no longer have the and the noise picks up. You can't hear what their next words are over these. We'll just have to do our best, won't we? The Brotherhood must survive, and we do what we can. What we must. But our work today involves getting the supplies back. I think we've davered a little bit too long. Yes, let's get the children back. I'm sure they're looking forwards to their studies. Sadly, you miss out a key part of the conversation, but the two individuals quickly finish off their drinks. As you hear the glass hit the counter, you two finish off your drink and begin walking off. Perhaps something catches your eye in a shop window and you pull back and just examine what's in there with a natural 2. Why not? The other tutors gather up the children, thank the barman, and are on their way. You do notice one thing as the children walk past you. Something you didn't notice before, and that's the pitter-patter of feet. And as the children walk by you, as you look at the item in the window, you can see the reflection in the armor glass. They have no shoes on, no socks. They walk barefoot along the plasteel streets. Sorry, it's not plasteel. It's concrete or 40. Plasticrete, yeah. But with a natural 2, you can carry on shadowing them if you like. As they walk past you, you can take your gaze away from the item in the mirror. Maybe it was some lingerie. You were thinking, well, maybe Mordecai would look good in this. And then you turn away and walk off. But after not too...
I would follow them.
You find the Skolam Terrenia. In the corner of the upper hive is an old dilapidated building. It has the name of the Skolam above the door, but everything about... Sorry, it's just started pissing down outside. Okay. As you can see, the building is dilapidated, run down. It stands out from all the other buildings around it. And you see the children get led off inside. Give me another awareness, perception awareness, to see if you can gain any information from as the door opens and the children inside. With a natural 10, when you need dice, you do get them. So the natural 10, as the door opens, you see an individual who is in a light grey business suit. He has a fedora on, only it is far nicer and... No, it's a fedora, what can I say? He's wearing a fedora, he's got a light grey suit on. Quite a large individual. As the door opens, he just has this gene manufactured face and smile. You know when you see someone who's had their teeth whitened and they're brilliantly white and it doesn't look natural and they've had loads of cosmetic surgery, and that's what this guy's face looks like, only from birth. He just has this immaculately welcoming face, and as he opens his arms, welcome, brothers, children, it is good to see that you are here and you are carrying such a heavy load. Well, come in and may the God Emperor welcome you once more. Your trial is at an end for this day, but hopefully your self-reflection has made you think upon the actions of the world around you. Although the man is quite cheerful, jolly, and his body language would suggest like a fatherly figure, none of the children seem to greet him in such. They come in with their heavy loads of grains and packages of meat and all sorts, and they just trudge in. But you do see the individual. Can't show you him yet, but you do see him.
All right. So fedora person met or seen.
Yes. Or you could.
Does it look like they do anything suspicious, or is it just
not that you can see? Not that you can see. He doesn't seem
imperial.
No, there's no
children.
It's just how the children act. They're not like, oh, welcome, Father Joffrey, or it's good to be back, tutors. There's no joy. There's no pleasantry. There's just this droning drudge as they, one foot after the other, march their little asses inside the Skolum. He doesn't seem to give off any airs of weirdness or oddness, but the other two men, as they come in, do bow to him. So maybe he's a person of note within the Skolum Terrenia, or Terrenia. Yeah, Terrenium is actually, it's Terrenium. But the doors close. Let me just see. He does have skills. No, I don't think that's good enough. Not to overcome a 2. So the doors close, and you don't see anything else. From looking at the outside of this building, there are bars on the windows. That's something I actually forgot to mention. It does look like some of the windows are stained glass, however. Some of the lower windows are quite grand. And the lower windows don't have bars on the outside, but the windows going up all do have bars on the outside.
We can't help but think some kind of prison camp, but that might just be my paranoid mind.
If only our tech priest were here. If only you'd shared your knowledge instead of hoarding it.
Knowledge in the wrong people's hand. As a tech priest.
That sounds like tech priest propaganda to me. You one of them?
I mean, I do want some cybernetic legs. Better them up.
Yeah, but there's also the saying, the right person at the wrong time can make all the difference in the world.
Never heard that one before, actually.
So, you make your way back to your allies with the knowledge that you have. If you guys would like to do some RP before the end of the session, by all means, go ahead. Darius, there's no comms traffic of any note. Ceres does hook you in, but it doesn't seem as if there's much being said. It's all mundane security protocols for the nobles' houses, but they don't seem to talk, or you don't hear anything odd on comm.
Just as a refresher, I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly or not, but last session, I think you told me there were cases that could block scanners. Is that still
there are
something
materials that can?
Because I think you told me something like that. I could make a box ring, but with a false bottom that could, hide items from scanners and stuff like that. Because what I was thinking, this would have done Liliana while she was smoking, by the way. Is there any way I could buy a cigarette case for my glow sticks with a false bottom, where I can basically put the best quality macro bead? And
it'd have to be something that you'd have to make. Unfortunately, that'd be something you'd have to make. Like you've left this a little bit late as well.
I know. It's just
for them, they would have to custom make it. That's the problem. If you had a tech priest, if you had someone here who could be right, okay, I do a couple of rolls for a few days, and I can convert this to do the job. Possibly, getting the materials was going to be a really difficult role, because they're not materials that normally one would use day to day in a hive, because they're mainly rare element materials. So yeah, it's probably a little bit late. You're going to have to try and bullshit your way through and hope that your charisma can get you through, or just your general lying. Or get manipulate mind, you know? You forget what you see. Fuck, there's 7 of them. You forget what you see, you forget what you see, you forget what you see. Demon!
Move along.
Fuck perils.
These are not the droids you are looking
This is
for.
not the thought you're looking for.
Technically, I do have a spell for that already, which is suggestion. Because as soon as the guy comes to pat me down, I can just make the spell that I know.
Casper and
I'm okay to pass.
Darius and Ezio are outside. Was the signal for there to be blood rain to be pouring down?
I'm hoping beyond hope. Technically, though, I don't have that problem because I have Warlock.
I do.
But
So-
again, what I meant, at least I'm gonna keep this in the back pocket. It's just something that I don't really remember now.
Sure.
2 seconds.
So, shall we just say that Ezio gets home and informs you all of what he saw and what he found? I'm going to take silence as consensus. So the information has been passed off, as our invisible friend seems to need his batteries recharging. No, it's too late for any more shenanigans. It does another circle of the group and does a circle and the view of their plans, looking down on the table where they have the map drawn out and what they're going to do and where they're going to be positioned. Our camera fades. And that will be the end of our session for tonight and the last game of 2019. I am certainly glad that you could all join us for this session, and hopefully you'll join us in the new year for the next lot of sessions, which sadly is going to... Yeah, we can't play on like New Year's Eve, or is it New Year's when our next game would fall on, so we're going to have to wait a little.
It would be New Year's Eve. To be honest, it would be fine for me.
Yeah, but
I
other
have
people...
plans.
Yeah.
I'm going to
to be
get pissed off.
blackout. I'm going to be blackout drunk for the entire week, so yeah, no, sorry.
Me and Jim
Remember,
on
kids,
that.
don't get drunk. Don't
If you do,
take drugs.
do it responsibly.
Don't overindulge people. The key here is what's the word? Limiting yourself.
Be responsible.
No. What the first thing you said was fine. Don't overindulge other people.
Yeah. Unless you're trying to find out whether the demon haunting you is Slanesh or not.
For God's sake.
I mean,
and we will find
it's-
out. So I certainly am glad you all joined us here. I look forward to running future games in the new year for many years to come, probably. Thank you so much for joining. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't know if he said bye-bye for now.
Alright. Praise God.
See ya.